word to wise, grass only greener when it's fertilized. Gave them truth in these songs, they prefer to lies. Destiny beautiful, adrift in her purple light.
Before we get started, it only takes 2 clicks to become one of Earth's mightiest subscribers. Click. Before we jump into today's video, I wanted to talk to you real quick about a website called Juaso Graphics. It's a really awesome website. You can find all sorts of clothes and other items themed after some of your favorite animes like Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, My Hero Academia, but with a little bit of Blerd seasoning on it. Not only that, you can get 10% off your entire purchase if you use the promo code Blerd Without Fear. So go check out the website, get some awesome apparel, and let them know the Blerd Without Fear sent you. What is up, Earth's mightiest subscribers? It's Ernie, Blerd Without Fear. Welcome back to the channel. Okay, so today we're getting back into some more Maximum Carnage because, man, we're getting really close. And I've been trying to, spread this thing out because, honestly, man, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in this book and just, man, it's really long. But we're almost there. We're right there at the edge. But today we are going to be talking about Web of Spider-Man number 103, Amazing Spider-Man number 380, and Spider-Man number 37. And this video is going to be about just how much better Spidey operates when he doesn't have to worry about policing his teammates. And we're going to talk about that right now. Okay, so Carnage and company have been running roughshod since the last video, tearing the club up style, throwing chairs, breaking jaws, and in the confusion that was the last 5-on-5, Carnage now has in his possession a semi-conscious Eddie Brock separated from his symbiote, and he plans to set both of them on fire right now. Meanwhile, Black Cat, Morbius, and Cloak have been clocking Team Carnage since they woke up from getting lined up by Cletus and company. And more importantly, I think at this particular point in the series, Black Cat might actually finally be seeing why Spidey didn't want to work with this ragtag gang, this mishmash hodgepodge of characters, because she's finally starting to see that they are a little bit more extreme than what she's used to. The good news is, they found Demogoblin, Doppelganger, and Carrion. The bad news is, well, for Venom at least, Carnage and Shriek are already cooking Venom right now. Not just Eddie, but the symbiote too. The sad fact of life is that Black Cat, Morbius, and Cloak, especially in their current state, are no match for Demogoblin, Doppelganger, and Carrion. And Demogoblin says it best, they're not a team, they're their own worst enemies. Well, at least until they showed up. And between the fire underneath him and Shriek's sonic blast adding to his pain, Venom ain't long for this earth. But Carnage doesn't want Eddie to go gently into that good sweet night just yet. He wants to savor this ass whipping. He is planning to put the screws to Venom and really work him over on some medieval torture porn hostile level. And just as Carrion is about to turn Morbius into a pile of dust, the likes of which Buffy has never even seen before, and Black Cat catches hands, all 6 of them, from Doppelganger, a new challenger has stepped up. Spawn. Nightwatch. A very obvious Spawn knockoff that made his first appearance in Web of Spider-Man number 99 in May 1993, an entire calendar year after Spawn took the comic world by storm. Nightwatch is literally the dumbest character. A man named Dr. Kevin Trench who witnessed a superhero die trying to stop a terrorist attack, only for him to unmask the hero to discover it was him from the future. I feel like at this particular moment, this is one of those things that it always makes me think back to when Vince McMahon revealed himself as the higher power during the whole Ministry story arc with Undertaker. That's kind of how I felt that reveal. Yeah, anyway. And instead of immediately becoming a hero, he hid on a deserted island with the costume, hoping his future wouldn't come to pass. Anyways, he has the superhuman power grab bag of super strength, speed, durability, and reflexes thanks to his nanotech suit, which is kind of alive, and his cape allows him to fly and it responds to his thoughts. Dollar General Spawn. Maybe I'll do a full breakdown of him at a later point if there's interest, but yeah. trash tier character. The good thing here is that Nightwatch is unaffected by Demogoblin's flames, even from his firebat glider. And now that everyone is switching dance partners and everyone is actually making an attempt to work together again, rather than keep attempting this bald-headed Han Solo cowboy, it doesn't take long for Demogoblin to utter the words made famous by Cobra Commander. Morbius and Nightwatch give chase, but Cloak and Black Cat stayed behind. Cat is seriously banged up, and right now, she has to admit she's fallen victim to at least 6 different new haircuts since Carnage's barbershop first opened up in New York, and it's time she take a knee and rethink her life's choices. And Cloak, well, he's still carrying the torch for his lost companion Dagger, who he sees everywhere he goes, even in Black Cat. It's time that he backs off and tries to cope with his pain. Now Morbius and Nightwatch, well, they run up to get done up, with Doppelganger and Demogoblin being more than a match for either of them. You throw Carrion back into the mix, and they are outnumbered and outgunned, to the point they too have to utter the most iconic words in the history of Cobra Law. Now, back at Avengers HQ, we find out that Iron Fist and Deathlok have hacked into Avengers HQ, and while Cap doesn't like it, he respects it. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, oh wow, Deathlok, well, we know he was, pieced up, a couple issues back. Where did Iron Fist come from? Well, it just so happens that a couple of issues back, and definitely during the timeline of the last video, Iron Fist was the one who actually showed up and helped free Deathlok from his electric crucifixion. And now that Cap's in charge, everyone is doing things his way. No revenge, no petty receipts, no fighting for personal glory. This is about saving the city, and now that Deathlok and Iron Fist are on board with Cap, Spidey, and Firestar, it's time for 5 rounds in the Marvel Comics Universe Heavyweight Championship Battle Royale of the world. Actually, no, it's time for healing. Cap, Spidey, Firestar, Iron Fist, and Deathlok hit the streets not to run fades, but teach the city a lesson in self-reflection. Whether it's to not break windows, or that stealing is bad, or that fighting your fellow man is unconscionable, or wielding your martial arts prowess for vengeance is very undude. Also, just for Claro, rape is bad. And I shouldn't have to say this. This comic shouldn't have to say this, but hey, we're saying it. Spidey even has to take the time to teach a mother that throwing her children off a rooftop because of poopy diapers and stretch marks, while understandable, also very undude. Or maybe more like very undudette. But why is all this going on? Well, it's because of Carnage, and since before this whole thing began, Carnage's actions have been slowly inspiring others to act out. Aunt May almost catches a fade in this series, twice, because of it, and dear old dad Richard Parker gets lined up for her trouble, and would have been worse if not for Flash Thompson and the Molten Man, Liz Osborne's brother. And now this team under Captain America's command has saved the Big Apple's minds and hearts. It's time to fight for its souls. Now, taking on Carnage's more twisted version of the Manson family, minus Cletus because he has other issues to attend to at the moment, but since Carnage isn't there, that doesn't necessarily mean this is going to be easy, because we learn something very interesting about the influence that Carnage has had over the entire city since before Maximum Carnage began. You see, before things get ugly for Team Spidey, something unexpected happened. The people fight back, but not against Spider-Man and company, but against Team Carnage, standing up for themselves, realizing that the things they're doing are wrong, and deciding to stand up against the common foe. Seeing Spider-Man and Captain America joining forces with the other heroes to save the people has had an effect. They fight back against Team Carnage, going gang gang and surrounding them. I'm talking broken beer bottles, I'm talking clubs, sharp sticks, and chains as far as the eye can see. The city of New York, the entirety of the 5 boroughs, is ready to throw hands. And for the first time since the series began, Shriek actually seems genuinely concerned. But her concern turns into determination just as quickly, because we learn Shriek has another ability she didn't tell Carnage about. It's not really Carnage who is inspiring the people to riot and kill and run roughshod. It's her. She can psychically sow discord to everyone around her, fine-tuning their mild-mannered mentalities into pure rage and hatred. She's been doing it this whole time without even putting forth any modicum of effort at all. But now she's doing it on purpose, and she unloads, unleashing a tidal wave of discord above and beyond what she's already spread, and now the people have turned on Team Spidey once again. And now that their backs are against the wall, with New York citizens turned on them yet again, and this time the heroes are starting to crack too. Captain America is trying to keep everyone straightened out, but sometimes people slip. Shriek even seems legitimately bothered that the heroes weren't there to save her from her fall of grace, but she's more than happy to push harder to make life worse for the heroes, and she does, even turning a character like Iron Fist, a cat who's normally the most laid-back guy in the room, is even having trouble trying to help these people, even falling prey to Shriek's discord. Meanwhile, Carnage has plans for dear old Eddie Brock. Reminds me of something my mom used to tell me. Don't bring a weapon to a fight that you don't want taken from you and have it used on you. And in Eddie's case, it's a sonic rifle. Apparently, at some point during the fray in the last video, he picked up that sonic rifle after Venom had so cavalierly thrown it aside. And he plans to empty the clip on Venom. Only this time, turns out Eddie is a convincing actor. He rigged the rifle with a small helping of his own Venom symbiote, while Carnage was too busy torturing him to notice. And now, Venom is free. Even though Venom has Cassidy all to himself, he's not here for a fight. You see, Venom is smart enough to know he's more than outmatched here. He needs to go re-up. He's too weak to face Carnage as is, and Carnage is a threat that was already more than he can handle alone anyway. As his daddy used to tell him, and also as my mom used to tell me, I brought you into this world, and I can take you out. Only this is the one time that may not work in Venom's favor. And of course, now that Carnage's hands are free with Venom in the wind, he can rejoin his twisted little Manson family knockoff, and he's not the least bit happy that Shriek has been making executive decisions without him. Remember, he's Michael, she's Tito, and just like before, when Carnage was getting spicy with Shriek, Doppelganger tries to save her, but gets 300 for his trouble, careening to the streets below. And to make matters worse, Demogoblin seems to be ready to dip out, especially now that Doppelganger is street pizza. But before Demo can make a break for it, Team Spidey arrives, because once Carnage stepped in, Shriek was no longer concentrating on causing hatred and rage, and was more focused on trying to breathe. So it gave them all the time they needed while they were having their little lovers quarrel to calm the crowd down and get them the hell out of Dodge so that they can't be manipulated once again. And Carnage, not impressed, says screw it. Let's put these do-gooders out of his misery forever. But just as everyone is putting their hands up and getting ready for a fight, Cloak returns, and he's brought an old friend with him. He spent most of Spider-Man number 37 praying in a church, trying to find the answers. But just like all the answers to life's most important questions, sometimes the answers are right there, inside you. And now that Cloak has the answers he's been looking for, it's time for him to help Maximum Carnage see the light. Dagger has returned after meeting a very untimely end several issues back. This is probably the quickest turnaround almost. I don't want to say for certain, but I do feel like this is probably the quickest turnaround for a character death in the history of comics. I'm pretty sure there is one where someone died in the issue and immediately came back, so you never know. But anyways, that is the story so far, and we only have one more video left before Maximum Carnage is done, so I'm actually kind of looking forward to it because, yeah, this comic has been great. I remember it very fondly, and I've been enjoying it thus far, but man, this is long. Like, I mean, I know I've covered War of the Realms, that's even longer, and I'm covering House of X and Powers of 10 right now, and that too is equally as long as this, but man, yeah. Whew. I'm gonna stop taking on these Herculean tasks while I have other Herculean tasks already on my plate. But anyways, let me know what you think about Maximum Carnage so far. Sound off in the comments. So hey, you made it to the end of the video. Awesome for you. If you enjoyed this video, and if you made it this far, I don't see how you didn't, do me a favor. Hulk smash that like button. And if you want to see more awesome videos like this one, make sure you click subscribe so you can become one of Earth's mightiest subscribers. And tap that bell so you know when I post up. Also, feel free to go check out my Patreon, where if you chuck in a buck, you can get early access to most of my videos up to a week early. And if you have time, make sure you swing by nerd901.com, where you can find more of my content as well as other amazing stuff. Anyways, until next time, I love you 3000 plus ultra!